So how to use Zillow. Luis Perez here with Center Real Estate. I want to talk to you about how to use Zillow. Zillow is a tool that a lot of home buyers are using, even home sellers are using, and it's a tool that's become very common for agents like myself to use as well. So I'm going to go through the insights and I'll give you the pros and cons of Zillow so that you could use it to your advantage or you can use it to the best of its ability and not get sidetracked with a lot of the features that it has that might not be the best for you when you're looking for a house. So for one, I want to give you a little background on Zillow. When Zillow came on the market, people were thinking that it was going to take out the real estate agent, that agents were not going to be needed anymore because Zillow has all the information, and there was rumors that Zillow could even open doors, or maybe it's coming in the future and things like that sort. But I believe that buying a home is a big step in anybody's life, and you don't need to, you need a realtor, you need a professional that guides you, shows you the way, gives you the insights and outs. Zillow's not in the neighborhoods. They're online. They're not in the neighborhoods. They don't know what's going on down in the boots on the ground. So that's very important. So I'm going to give you all the insights for that. So Zillow is a very good place to go out there and start browsing. Some people are like, you're thinking of buying a house, you're looking into it, you haven't really, you're not sure. It's a good place to go and see what's out there, what's selling, look at price points. There's different things and different statistics that are showing, like school ratings. There's going to be like information on specific houses and neighborhoods and demographics that you could go through Zillow and find out, like how much taxes are. That's information that's out there. Now it's very superficial because it's a national platform, and it tends to be a little bit inaccurate in certain things. So that's where the realtor comes in and clarifies some of the stuff. There's some information in there that you might not even know what to do with. That's where realtor comes in and clarifies that stuff. So Zillow is a good tool to get started, get going. And then once you find an agent, right? Once you find an agent, it's also a good tool to kind of start sharing and letting your agent know which properties you like, which ones you don't, so you could narrow down and find the best home for you. It's a collaboration between you and your agent to help you find that next house. An agent, a realtor nowadays is not going to find the home usually. There's no secret list. A lot of people tell me, oh, I found this house in another platform, like a different competitor, like example, realtor.com or homes.com. It doesn't matter where you go. Most of these homes are syndicated. Zillow is a syndicated site. So what that means is that the MLS takes that information and syndicates it over. It sends all the information over to the website, and then they publish it. During that process, there's things that are lost, things that are not shown correctly. So that's where the data is misinterpreted at times, or not shown correctly or accurately. So again, working with in collaboration with your agent, but any site you go into is going to provide the same information that is already there. If you find a site and you start looking at homes that you haven't seen on the other platforms or on Zillow, it's a red flag. It might not be a very secure site. It might be some kind of scam. So everything comes from the MLS and all these different websites. So that's something to know when you're using Zillow. And the information is not as accurate as you think. The biggest one is going to be their estimate. So they're very famous for their estimate. They kind of give you an estimate of how much your house is worth or how much a house will be worth. But I'll give you some insights. Like Zillow, it's never been in your house, right? So how do they know that you remodeled that bathroom 2 years ago or you did a full renovation on your house? They're comparing you that house to the neighbor's house across the street or down the street that is never been touched for the last 30 years and it sold last month. Now they calculate that as an average for your home that's fully renovated. Or if you added a pool and your home has never been sold, and during the time it's had a pool in it, then it's not going to pick it up, and it's not going to give you credit for that pool or any changes you've done. And then the other side, if your home is kind of needs some work, needs renovations, it's in disrepair, and you're trying to sell it at the price Zillow tells you, compared to a home that was completely renovated down the street, is going to be inaccurate. And that's where a realtor comes in, clarifies information, because a professional, a real estate professional is going to go into your house, is going to walk your home, look at the things that it doesn't have, and is going to give you credit or take deductions for things that your home needs. So that's where the realtor comes in again. And that's how you should kind of look at. So estimate is a very superficial number. It's a good indicator, but sometimes it's horrible. Also, this is the most common one, is where if your home is in the neighborhood and then across the street, like within a mile, you cross a main street. Usually a main street indicates that the neighborhood kind of changed, price points are different. So if there's a circle around that, that's what Zillow does, and it's going to pick up a street across the highway. and that value is going to be different. Even if the home is similar, that value is going to be different, and Zillow doesn't know that difference because they're not in your neighborhood. Realtors are in your neighborhood, realtors are in your community, and we know what is out there and how to price homes correctly. So going back to that, also a lot of people go on Zillow and they find an agent. They look at the house, they click, I want to see this home, and they get connected to an agent. So just so you know, most people don't know this, that agent you're connected to is usually not the agent that's listing the house. It's another agent that maybe has never walked into that house, and that's perfectly fine. But just know that they might not know information that you're looking for. They can get it for you, they can open the door, but the agents you want to look at when you click on there is going to be selected. These people, and I'm including myself, me and my company, we're part of partner with Zillow, so we do get these types of leads. There's a fee that's paid to be on there, and those agents are paying a fee to be on there so that they could get the calls from you that are interested in the house. So that's what's going to happen. You're going to click, and that agent may know a lot about the house and may not know anything about the house. So you kind of have to do your homework and find the best agent that could work for you. I think Zillow is a good way to go see a house, but understand that it's not the agent is going to be a big range of agents with a lot of experience, or somebody that's fairly new. You don't know who's going to be answering that call. So it's do your homework a little bit and try to get the agent by referral, ask around, look us up, and see who's going to be a good fit for you. And then again, it's the agents that are on there when you click and look at a house, they're not just there, they're not making any money unless you buy a house from them, so they're not there to just show you homes. If you're already working with an agent, then you need to go to your agent and have them show you the house. It's actually not compliant for that agent. You click on Zillow to show you that house if you already have an agreement with the first agent that you've been working for a while. So you just understand that. You could get some people in trouble if you do that. So talk to your realtor, make sure that they understand, that you understand how it's going to work, how they're going to work. So if you're on Zillow, like my clients are on Zillow all the time, I tell them, don't click on there. Call me, send me a screenshot of that house, and we'll go schedule a time to see it. But the moment you click on it, it's going to connect you with somebody maybe at a different company that's going to try to sell you that house. So that's how the Zillow works. And it's good to go see and look at homes. Usually when you go on Zillow, don't just click and see one house. You want to maybe schedule a couple of homes to see, but just click on one and schedule it with that same agent. So I've seen people call and they try to schedule showing with different agents for different properties. So that's going to make your life a lot harder. It's going to be as far as schedules, timelines, and stuff like that. So just schedule it with one agent, and they'll be able to show you multiple properties because that agent is not usually the listing agent for that one house. So consider that. Also, when you're on there, now Zillow has like Zillow Homes, home loans, so you'll be able to get a loan approval through them. Again, it's not something you have to do, but you can. I advise people always before you start looking, get approved. Why are you looking at a $500,000 home if you're not approved for that price point, right? So you want to make sure you're approved before you start clicking and looking at homes. It's gonna be better for you. You'll do yourself some disservice if you start looking at homes that you can't afford and you go out in the market. You're gonna be disappointed with what your number is. So start looking at homes that you can afford before you click on Zillow, so you're accurately, and get approved. That's super important. So something else that I always like to tell people: once you're in the platform, you're looking for homes, you're working with an agent, you're already pre-approved, you're on Zillow. It's a great tool to see how much homes are worth, how much you should offer or not for a house. Like there's a little indicator on Zillow that I want everybody to look at. It's called days on market. So if you see that a house is days on market 30, 40 days, or it's been there for a long time, depends on what time and the market you're in, it could be an indicator that something is kind of off on that house. Maybe there's something off. Why has it been listed so long? Compare that number to other homes in the area. If one is an outlier, then you could tell it's either overpriced or it needs a lot of work. And ultimately, the main thing is it's probably overpriced. And also look at if the house has been on the market for 1 or 2 days, and you're looking over your price point trying to make an offer on that house, it's probably not going to work. You want to look in the price point that you're really going to be at. And then another thing you could do, you could see any home that's sold in the past through Zillow. So it's got that information. You'll be able to go back and see if it's sold and how long it stayed there. So if you're looking at homes in certain neighborhoods and it's sold, look at how many days it's been on the market. So that tells you that's a great indicator of how active the real estate market is in that neighborhood, and it'll give you knowledge, wisdom for you to make the best choices when making that offer. And again, that's also where your realtor comes in. They could tell you that information. You could look at at that and come up with a strategy to make the best offer for that one house that you liked. Okay. So there you have it. There's a lot more intricacies with Zillow, and I pick on Zillow because it's the biggest platform for a syndicated site, but there's tons of them like that. They mostly work the same, and so just know what's going on, know how it works. So it'll save you a lot of headaches, it'll save you a lot of time, and you'll keep your realtor happy. And I hope you liked this video, you found it instructional. Please follow, like, comment, let me know what you think. Let me know if you used Zillow before or not.